I can't believe we have to go to school today, Carol 3PO line.
Yes, it is crazy. Why we gotta go to school? Beep beep boop.
School is pointless. It is a prison for all children. I have, ironically, learned in school that schools are the worst things ever.
I could not agree more. Schools make me want to chop down trees and have them fall on you.
Who? Me?
Yes. You. I am living free. Free to express myself and experience life.
That doesn't seem to make sense. But, who cares? Let's throw logic and sensibility to the wind. They are nothing but deterrents from experiencing life.
Well, I guess we should go to class. Although what's the point? We are still herded into a building like cattle.
They should at least pad the walls of our 5-day-a-week cells. At least show me some compassion if you're going to zap me of my spirit and life essence.
Do you think we're being overly pessimistic about schools?
Probably. But we learned from the best. The ghost of Haley Joel Osment from the movie Pay It Forward since he died. And bell hooks.
Did you know that she spells her name with all lowercase letters?
Yes. I did. Also, you ask a lot of questions. You should stop.
I will try, but I am curious by nature. And school does nothing to satiate my inquisitive soul. My creativity manifests itself in the form of curiosity. I am like a cat.
Prior to our fictitious conversation with these two people, one of whom is fictitious, we were so naive. You used to drink water out of plastic bottles. I can't believe you paid for water. I will conveniently ignore that people have paid for water for generations and they now pay for the convenience of a bottle they can carry around only if they so choose.
It is a good thing we know better now. Hopefully karma doesn't bite me in the ass for doing that. I did recycle. Does that count for anything?
No. If there is a hell, you will burn in it. And ghost of Haley Joel from Pay It Forward will be in heaven looking down upon you with disdain for previously supporting a school system that essentially got him killed.
That is unfortunate. I hope you don't mind another question, but do you think we can randomly discuss the fake conversation we held with these people out here in the school's courtyard for no apparent reason?
I do mind. Very much. School obviously failed you. You do not know how to follow rules or social cues. Nonetheless, we certainly should arbitrarily go over our fake conversation. Ready. Action.
So GHJ came to me while studying for one of my finals. He said to me, "Kevin Spacey with heavy facial makeup told me to change the world in school." He may not have been prepared for the possibilities such an assignment opened up. But he should have been. And he should have embraced it. He should have welcomed potentially murderous drug-addled junkies into the classroom for career day. He should have truly promoted transgression of boundaries. Maybe if the world embraced that, I would still be alive and a sequel to the movie could be made. Even after such an eloquent speech, I found myself wishing that the Ghostbusters were real and could eliminate this paranormal activity. Nevertheless, Spirit Trevor remained, and I pondered on that thought until the next morning, when the strangely perfect role reversal from The Sixth Sense. And I met up with you. Outside the liquor store.
Yes. I needed something for my cereal. It was a chance occurrence meeting you two, but to our even greater surprise, Bell Hooks suddenly walked down a random street in Delaware and began to discuss her ideas regarding education. Nothing like fabricated cosmic advantageous circumstances to really get the wheels turning.
Our non-realist adventure continued when Phantom Haley Joel floated over to Bell Hooks and cajoled us into joining him. He said, "Bell Hooks can help you to realize how stupid you are to believe in the school system. Despite not being able to truly measure intelligence or stupidity, you two must certainly be near the bottom of the pile."
Yes. I remember that. I was slightly offended, but reluctantly walked over. There is just something supernatural about Ghost Haley Joel that draws you in.
When we joined our timely guests, Bell Hooks told us the following. I entered classrooms with the conviction that it was crucial for me and every other student to be an active participant, not a passive consumer. I believe in education as the practice of freedom. Education that connects the will to know with the will to become. She said that once she entered racially integrated schools, there was a loss in the feeling of community. Knowledge was suddenly about information only, not about how one lived. Obedience was what was expected of us. Excitement was bad. Education requires movement beyond accepted boundaries. Agendas need to be flexible. Educators cannot be so strict. Students need to be individuals and interacted with according to their needs.
Ghost Trevor Joel Osment vehemently chimed in following this point. He exclaimed, "Mr. Simonet gave us an assignment that held the ideals of transgressing boundaries. But he wasn't expecting me to actually go out and do that. I guess I have my consistently abused, alcoholic, stripper mom to thank for raising me with high hopes for the world. But I guess Mr. Simonet wasn't expecting to fall in love with my mother either. Good for them. Guess that guy didn't really know what was going on. No matter though. I just wished he had thought his project all the way through. Because I definitely did." I then responded with a response, saying that while agendas do need to be flexible, I think it's important to have a plan to help push students.
I then mentioned that since her education theory is based off of her experiences, I feel that I can do the same thing. While some order needed to be maintained so that 30 or more kids weren't running rampant and potentially hurting people, excitement wasn't considered bad at all.
I attempted to pat Ghost Haley Joel on the back to show our friendship, but my hand passed right through him. After a bone-chilling coldness took over my body and incapacitated me for a few moments, I mentioned that Bell Hooks' language and ideas sound good, but she was also educated at a different time. And it's important to look at what happened in the past because it certainly doesn't sound appealing. But I personally don't feel that I was stifled. And Bell Hooks certainly worked her way through many years of schooling successfully, earning multiple degrees.
As I was interfacing with Ghost Trevor, I told him that we have different experiences at school. He looked at me while letting out an exasperated sigh and said, "Do we ever?" I was surprised that an apparition could be exasperated due to their lack of ability or necessity to breathe. But I said that we have different teachers. Our experiences do depend on that. Bell Hooks reiterated her point, saying, "Teaching should be about pushing people to break the rules. Teaching people to change things, to resist." Engaged pedagogy means that teachers must be actively involved and committed to a process of self-actualization that promotes their own well-being if they are to teach in a manner that empowers students to self-actualize.
I quickly interjected that I think it's important to question authority. Certainly progress is natural and healthy for a society, but that doesn't necessarily mean the authority is entirely wrong and needs to be changed completely or stands in the way of self-actualization. Engaged pedagogy presumes a willingness in individuals to critique their standpoints with the aim of transforming their consciousness. This is probably neither true nor practical. Bell Hooks persisted that freedom is the full expression of your individuality. Your being. Not your domination.
Domination isn't always bad. I've got a pair of handcuffs in my...
Whoa. Whoa. Stop. Please. Wow. That's... okay. That is way more than I needed to know. Can we get back to the conversation? Yuck.
Oh. Okay. Well, Bell Hooks decided to part ways with us following that last point.
We realized that while the essence of much of Hooks' argument is sensical and even applicable to a certain extent, we did not agree on many of the specifics of her philosophy. Hers are great notions that are, already, very much ingrained in the training of educators at the university level. Education does not take away the right to control one's own mind and thoughts as Hooks suggests.
Phantom Trevor then simply evaporated or some crazy sheet. I don't know how ghostly apparitions work. But not even a goodbye.
He said goodbye to me.
What? Damn. We should get inside. Class will start soon and we need to finish our presentation of the conversation.